Celebrating the magic of March, the Wisconsin division of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated presents the 37th annual WIAA Girls State Basketball Championships. Live from Madison, Wisconsin, this WIAA Sports Exclusive is brought to you statewide by Associated Bank. Sign up for Associated Bank checking today and get exclusive backers checks featuring Aaron Rodgers himself. For details, visit AssociatedBank.com. Marshfield Clinic, encouraging you to live an active, healthy life. Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Rural Mutual Insurance Company, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. Go to ruralins.com. WIAA, support your public schools and your teachers. Join the conversation on Facebook /Speak Out Wisconsin. WIAA, moving education forward. And by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board.
Championship Saturday rolls on at the Kohl Center in Madison. In Division II, it's a matchup of the top two teams in the state. New London, the defending Division II state champions. The Bulldogs come in with a 27-0 record. New Berlin Eisenhower matches them with their own 27-0 mark. These are two teams that have won state titles in the past 2 years. The Bulldogs winning it last year, the Lions winning it the year before. I am pleased to be joined by Laura Stavros, head coach at Madison Edgewood High School, and we have a terrific matchup here in Division II.
I'm really excited. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better to end the season. I mean, two undefeated teams, they mirror each other. I think it's going to be a tremendous game.
Each team has an all-state player as well, and they have that undefeated mark. Let's take a look at our Menards points of the game, and we'll start out with the New London Bulldogs, ranked number 1 in both the AP and the coaches poll.
Yeah, obviously, you have KNAPSTEIN that leads the way. She's going to UW Parkside, and then you have their point guard, Bridget Pethke, who had a tremendous game yesterday, started them really strong, out strong, and is probably going to guard Bauman to begin with.
And speaking of Bauman, we move into the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions, and our Menards points of the game for them.
Yeah, obviously Bauman, very talented. Did a lot of things defensively yesterday for them. Wieland and Lang picked up the slack offensively and had great games. So, the three studs got to come out and play today. Yeah,
Bauman was held to just 2 points in the first half the other day. She finished with 10, but you talk about the effort she gave on defense. She had 6 steals as well.
That's impressive. She can influence the game so many different ways, and she's a complete player. Coach always talked about that.
Earlier today, Neilsville capped off an undefeated record, and we're going to get another one. That is guaranteed. We do know that one of these two teams is going to finish off an undefeated season here at the Kohl Center in Madison. We look forward to bringing it to you coming up after this break. It's New Berlin Eisenhower against New London coming up after a word from your sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Celebrating the
You couldn't ask for anything better to end the season. I mean, two undefeated teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kohl Center and the WIAA Girls State Basketball Tournament. Should you need assistance during your visit to the Kohl Center, Guest Services Center is located outside of Section 119. The first aid station is located outside of Section 118.
Celebrating the magic of March, the Wisconsin division of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated presents the 37th annual WIAA Girls State Basketball Championships. Live from Madison, Wisconsin, this WIAA Sports Exclusive is brought to you statewide by Associated Bank. Sign up for Associated Bank checking today and get exclusive backers checks featuring Aaron Rodgers himself. For details, visit AssociatedBank.com. Marshfield Clinic, encouraging you to live an active, healthy life. Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Rural Mutual Insurance Company, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. Go to ruralins.com. WIAA, support your public schools and your teachers. Join the conversation on Facebook /Speak Out Wisconsin. WIAA, moving education forward. And by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board.
Championship Saturday rolls on at the Kohl Center in Madison. In Division 2, it's a matchup of the top two teams in the state. New London, the defending Division 2 state champions. The Bulldogs come in with a 27-0 record. New Berlin Eisenhower matches them with their own 27-0 mark. These are two teams that have won state titles in the past 2 years. The Bulldogs winning it last year, the Lions winning it the year before. I am pleased to be joined by Laura Stavnis, head coach at Madison Edgewood High School, and we have a terrific matchup here in Division 2.
I'm really excited. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better to end the season. I mean, two undefeated teams, they mirror each other. I think it's going to be a tremendous game.
Each team has an all-state player as well, and they have that undefeated mark. Let's take a look at our Menards points of the game, and we'll start out with the New London Bulldogs, ranked number 1 in both the AP and the coaches poll.
Yeah, obviously, you have KNAPSTEIN that leads the way. She's going to UW Parkside, and then you have their point guard, Bridget Pethke, who had a tremendous game yesterday, started them really strong, out strong, and is probably going to guard Bauman to begin with.
And speaking of Bauman, we move into the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions, and our Menards points of the game for them.
Yeah, obviously Bauman, very talented. Did a lot of things defensively yesterday for them. Wheeland and Lang picked up the slack offensively and had great games. So, the three studs got to come out and play today. Yeah,
Bauman was held to just 2 points in the first half the other day. She finished with 10, but you talk about the effort she gave on defense. She had 6 steals as well.
That's impressive. She can influence the game so many different ways, and she's a complete player. Coach always talked about that.
Earlier today, Neilsville capped off an undefeated record, and we're going to get another one. That is guaranteed. We do know that one of these two teams is going to finish off an undefeated season here at the Kohl Center in Madison. We look forward to bringing it to you coming up after this break. It's New Berlin Eisenhower against New London coming up after a word from your sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
That was me, the slam dunk king. All right, that was me. 6 championships under my belt. I never got off the couch. So then one day I looked in the mirror and I saw my dad. Started playing basketball for real, but not with these giants. Or with him. There we go. Playing with Ben and James. Yeah. Almost dunked it. Soon I'll be able to dunk it.
When you were a teen, a driver's license meant one thing, freedom. But to your parents, it meant the stress of finding and paying for auto insurance. Today, it's easy with Rural Mutual Insurance. We get teens. Our Town & Country auto policy offers young operator rates, claims-free discounts, deductible forgiveness, and multi-policy discounts of up to 25%. Since Rural Mutual Insurance only does business in Wisconsin, premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Contact us at ruralins.com.
It's Game 3 of the Central League Soccer Tournament, and Dave, these kids are beat.
And there's still one game left. I don't know how they're ever going to make it.
Let's hope their coach has some inspiration before the next game.
Want to know a secret? Research indicates that low-fat chocolate milk is better at rehydrating, helping muscles recover, and boosting energy than leading sports drinks.
Wow, it's like a whole new team. What's their secret?
It's pretty amazing, Bob.
Got chocolate milk?
And the home of the
for this?
Good evening and welcome to the Kohl Center and tonight's Division II Girls State Basketball Championship. Tonight, it's the New London Bulldogs against New Berlin Eisenhower. And now, let's meet the starting lineup first for the New London Bulldogs. At guard, a senior, number 14, Bridget Hathy. At guard, a senior, number 22, Morgan Steinert. At forward, a senior, number 12, Tara KNAPSTEIN. At forward, a junior, number 30, BRENNA HEISE. And at center, a senior, number 44, Heather Plowman. The Bulldogs are coached by Troy KRAUSE. And now the starting lineup for the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions. At guard, a junior, number 10, Erin Gansky. At guard, a senior, number 22, Taylor MacArthur. At guard, a senior, number 25, Nicole Bauman. And forward, a junior, number 24, Jenny Wieland. And at forward, a junior, number 32, Katie Lang. The Lions are coached by Gary Schmidt. The officials for tonight's game, Abby Bickard, Aaron Ricard, and Danita Lee Johnson.
Thank you, Bonnie Olson, the PA announcer, for those introductions. Here are the starting lineups brought to you by Delta Dental of Wisconsin, Wisconsin's #1 dental plan. Experience the Delta Dental difference. Your starters for New London, Bridget Pethke, Morgan Steiner, Tara KNAPSTEIN, Brenna Heisey, and Heather Paulman. The starters for New Berlin Eisenhower Lions, Erin Gansky, Taylor MacArthur, Nicole Bauman, Jenny Wieland, and Katie Lang. The Bulldogs in their red uniforms with the black and white numerals and trim. The Lions in the white with the purple and gold numerals and trim. We're getting ready to tip off the Division II State Championship game featuring two undefeated squads. The first tip, we have a whistle, and we're going to tip again. 2 tips for the D2. By the way, the national anthem sung by the New London Choir under the direction of Lori Fleury. The Bulldogs take control of the basketball to get things underway here in the title game. Heisey up top, over to Steinert. Steinert out of the corner. KNAPSTEIN into the paint and over to Heisey. Coach, what does New London want to do here on offense?
Well, New London hates to use a lot of time. I mean, they want to take the first quick shot that they have, the best shot possible right away. They're not afraid to shoot it.
Pethke for 3 off the front. That's Bauman with the rebound. And on the flip side, the Lions, how about in their offensive
They're going to be a little bit patient. I mean, they're going to obviously try to get it up the floor quickly, but they're going to use some clock a little bit more. They run the swing, which is a series of baseline screens.
And we got a whistle and a foul underneath. That foul is going to go on Heisey. So the Lions will get the basketball underneath their own bucket. Send it up top to Wieland. Wieland around a flying defender all the way strong to the glass. Paulman goes up there and Wieland just takes it away.
Good strong drive by Wieland, and she stayed after it and got her own offensive rebound for a putback.
Eisenhower strikes first.
New Berlin with great pressure again. Both teams love their defense.
KNAPSTEIN with the basketball looking for a cutter. She drives, tries to get a connection with Paulman, but it goes out of bounds. So there's a turnover on the Bulldogs.
Probably not a great decision. There wasn't a lot of spacing to pass into the post to Pellman.
Jenna Whelan had 11 points. She was 3 of 6 from three-point land with 2 blocks and 2 assists in that semifinal game yesterday. Almost taken away just past midcourt. Bauman hits it up top inside. The follow-up is good by Bauman.
So athletic. Didn't even come down on the floor for that one. Just put it back up in the air.
Steinert pulls it back, works off a screen. The handoff. Petke thought about a three, drives in closer, and it rolls out of bounds. We're going to go the other way.
Once again, it was a hard, strong drive by Petke. Just couldn't come up with a shot.
Bulldogs extend their defense. Gansky with it, dribbling across. She pulls it back. That's MacArthur with the basketball. Gansky the drive all the way into the lane. Has it blocked twice. There's a third attempt. The Bulldogs come away with it. Petke goes inside to Paulman. That's knocked out of bounds. So the Bulldogs will set up their offense underneath their own basket. The Lions in front 4-0 here early on in the D2 final. Hefty with the basketball. Steinert swings it around. KNAPSTEIN has it blocked. She tries to follow up and grab it, and we have a whistle, the reach-in foul.
Well, that's what New Berlin's so quick at recovering.
And we're going to take another look at the replay. KNAPSTEIN going up, has that ball blocked by Lang.
They close out very well.
Lang, the 5'11" junior forward. And we have a 30-second timeout. Emily STEFFANUS, you see, checking into the ball game. The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. Go to ruralins.com. I know, talking with some of the Lions following their semifinal, they were fired up to see this game, to get this matchup with the Bulldogs. Both of these teams up at the top of the rankings throughout the year, and how fitting is it that we get down here to the championship Saturday, and these are the two teams that are facing one another?
Yeah, I mean, I think both coaches have done a tremendous job keeping their teams focused up to this point. I mean, and everyone's excited about the matchup tonight. It's electric in here.
Nice crowd on hand here at the Kohl Center. Gansky sends it into the corner and then cuts through the middle. Lang from the top goes for a drive into the paint with the right hand, and that's cleared by STEFFANUS.
New London looking to push the ball.
Hefke from the elbow. Sends it over to KNAPSTEIN. KNAPSTEIN off the back. MacArthur comes away with it.
Both teams do a great job getting back in transition defense.
Whelan goes to Bauman in the corner to a cutting Gansky, and she draws contact. That foul is going to go on HEISE. 2 fouls now for HEISE.
She had the good position, except for she brought her arms down a little bit.
So Gansky steps to the free throw line. She was second team all-conference this year. Good on the first substitution for the Bulldogs. Into the game, Michaela Rowland, number 40.
And I know yesterday I talked about it. She's coming off of an ACL injury, so pretty exciting for her to make it back here.
She had some good numbers in that semifinal. KNAPSTEIN goes up high to get that rebound.
Gotta love that 2 hands, pull it down strong.
Hefke works off the screen. Has it taken away and poked out of bounds.
Pesky probably needs to drive the gap a little bit more and force a little bit of help side there and then make that pass with a jump stop.
That was MacArthur with those active hands poking it out of bounds. So the Bulldogs will reset. Hefke at the wing. STEFFANUS from straight on is good for 3. And New London is on the board.
It's always good to get that first basket to go down.
Just took a few minutes, but they got that first basket, and it's only a 2-point game because their defense has been playing well as well.
Well, neither team's going to panic. I mean, they've been through this before. And defense keeps you in games when your offense, you can't hit offensively.
Bauman with a nice spin move, and in from 15, there's a block That's a foul. It's going to go on KNAPSTEIN. She went up to block the shot.
Just a sweet spin move by Ballman.
Ballman to the free throw line for a pair. Miss basketball in the state of Wisconsin, a University of Wisconsin recruit.
You can see already that she's exerting herself more offensively in terms of looking to score. Yesterday she kind of got her teammates involved and let them kind of take over a little bit, although obviously Reedsburg had a lot to do with that with the defense early on.
I made an announcement that foul was on Steiner, and I could see her mouthing, who, me? So I don't know. It looked to me like it was KNAPSTEIN who had the foul, who went up in the air. And those foul's going to go on Steiner.
That's probably, teammate takes a foul for another person. KNAPSTEIN's the go-to player, so not a bad thing necessarily.
I just see Troy Krause over there just kind of smiling and nodding his head. Steiner all the way down Broadway and off the glass and in.
Oftentimes when you play against aggressive teams defensively, you want to attack the rim, and that's what New London's doing.
Ballman guarded by Pethke. And she throws it away into the corner, so a turnover on the Lions. Substitution now for the Bulldogs. Alexa Rowland into the game as we take another look. Steiner right down the middle of the lane.
One of the few times that New Berlin didn't rotate very quick.
Pethke working behind STEFFANUS, gives it back to STEFFANUS. She's looking inside. Almost had it poked away. Whelan playing some tight defense on her. There's Steiner, kicks it out. STEFFANUS gets her defender in the air, closer look. And she drains it.
She's got the hot hand. Yesterday it was Pethke that started out strong, and today it's STEFFANUS.
And we have a tie ball game. It's knotted up at 7. Tied up basketball in the lane as Lang was cutting. It got tied up. Possession arrow keeps it with the Lions.
Not a lot of room down there. Great rotation by the New London defense.
Ballman quickly back in, off the back of the rim and out.
New London looking to push the ball right away.
Rowland with the left hand, works it back to the right. It's Rowland to Rowland. Steiner from the corner. Poked around and Ballman collects it.
Once again, New London, I think if they could score in 10 seconds or less, they'd be really happy.
Those two Rowlands who are in there for the Bulldogs, twin sisters, 5'7" sophomores. Speaking of the Rowland, that's going to be a foul on Alexa Rowland, number 42.
Still a little too aggressive.
Substitution, KNAPSTEIN back into the game for New London, and we're going to take a break. We are tied at 7 with 2:41 to go in the first. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith. Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my!
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Join Menards this week in saluting our American-made products with Menards Made in the USA sale. EC Grow has been producing high-quality turf fertilizers in Eau Claire, Wisconsin for over 20 years. A 17-pound bag of premium crabgrass preventer is $6.99 after rebate. AC2 pressure-treated lumber and timbers are treated in Eau Claire, Wisconsin and Holiday City, Ohio. They feature a Micro Pro lifetime limited warranty against rot and decay, starting at $195 for an 8-foot 2x4.
Save big money at Menards.
New London and New Berlin Eisenhower tied at 7. And Coach, how much do these two teams want to win this game? Look at the hustle.
They have a lot of energy right now, and they're physically strong. Defensively, they're both aggressive. Obviously, by that last play there, a lot on the line.
That was the foul on Alexa Rowland. 5 team fouls for the Bulldogs.
They've come to play physical here tonight. Bulldogs are looking to sometimes double team. And with that, to counter, New Berlin needs to have great spacing, find the gaps, and once they get it over the top of that double team, they need to look to attack the hoop.
As the Lions turn it over, we want to mention that they did make a substitution. 42, Jessa Hahn had come into the game during that last break. Into the game now, Kristen Hesselbach. That's her first appearance in the game. Hefke guarded by Hesselbach. Work it around to Rowland. Rowland finds Pethke on the top. She goes inside. KNAPSTEIN with a head fake, and she slid her feet.
Looking for that high-low game. You know, both teams are very good at screening. I mean, they find a body to hit, and then they post up, so defensively, you got to make some decisions.
Yeah, they made some nice passes on that possession. Take away that traveling call. KNAPSTEIN had some room to get around the defender.
Here comes the double team again.
Baumann goes up high and gets it. Goes to Whelan. Whelan for three. That bounces high off the rim. And it's out of bounds. New London with the basketball now. We have a tie game here with 1:46 to go in the first.
Got full court pressure. And oftentimes it's just to tire the other team out. I mean, both teams love their pressure, so.
Rowland couldn't get a handle on it, and that goes out of bounds, so the Lions will get the ball. Another substitution for New Berlin Eisenhower. Katie Lang into the game, number 32.
Both coaches trying to keep their players fresh, doing a lot of subs early on. We got a little run and jump going here. Looking to double.
Hesselbach gets out of that double team. She finds Lang. Lang brings it across. And it's taken away by Rowland, who quickly travels. But you could see what New London's trying to do, and they had the turnover there. It's just that they gave it right back, but you could see that defensive pressure.
Yeah, they didn't look to do this yesterday as much, so probably saving it if they got to the championship game.
See the numbers in their game against Notre Dame with 13 steals. Lang with a long shot. That's off the mark. Pethke comes away with the rebound.
Pushing the ball hard.
It's out of bounds. Deflected by the Lions. More substitutions now. Gansky, number 10. 24, Whelan into the game as well.
Baumann was able to get a touch there and stop the transition.
Lexa Rowland into the game for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with those 5 team fouls. The Lions yet to commit a foul. Steinert on the dribble, hands off to Pethke. Pethke goes inside, strong to the hoop. It's stripped away.
Oh, that was a great splitting of the two defenders. Came up short, though.
Hesselbach through the heart of that Bulldogs defense. And we got another foul on New London.
The one thing that happens is once New Berlin gets past their defender, they come right after the ball handler right from behind and they kind of pinch them and creating some turnovers or some mishandles by the ball with the ball.
Hallman back into the game. Steffanus is going to take a seat. Steffanus with one foul. Hallman up top. Goes to the left hand with the spin move. Back inside, turns, faces up. About to go out of bounds, but Whelan saves it, and they get back in with another chance. And it's out of bounds again. The official says Lions basketball. 7-all game with 29 seconds to go in the first. Cutter inside, looked like that was Gansky inside there.
Already in the bonus right now for New Berlin. New London is just being so aggressive on the defensive end on the perimeter. Might have to do a little adjustment there.
Pefke comes into the game for New London. Berlin Eisenhower's already in the bonus as well. It's 17 fouls. Ansky good on the second.
Looking for the high-low again.
Hallman on the top. That's Pefke at the wing. Over to KNAPSTEIN. KNAPSTEIN drives left hand through traffic, and there's the whistle.
Strong drive. I was just going to say also that KNAPSTEIN hasn't had the ball very much in her hands.
No, she hasn't. She had that traveling violation there last time, or one of the last trips down court. And she goes to the free throw line. New London in front, 10-9. Poked away, Lions ball.
Full court, man-to-man pressure.
5.5 seconds to go here in the quarter. Lions pushing it up ahead. It's Lang, spins, goes to Ballman. Ballman all the way, stops, and that's blocked by KNAPSTEIN at the horn. And New London is in front, 10-9 after the first quarter of play. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
We request your cooperation by supporting the participants' limitations from mandating racial, sexist, or ethnic conduct, or other intimidating or taunting actions. It's not been tolerated at our grounds for removal from this type of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner.
This WIAA game summary is brought to you by Skyward, creator of Skyward School Management System and Skyward Family Access, the best solution for Wisconsin school districts and parents. After 1 quarter of play, here are some of the numbers that we have for you, and you can see the shooting percentage there for New Berlin Eisenhower, Coach. They started out 2 of 4 and then went 0 of 8 after that.
Yeah, the pressure has been tremendous, and sometimes they're rushing their shot a little bit, trying to get it off, and they just need to slow down and handle the pressure a little bit better. They can get a few better shots.
And the Lions are getting to the free throw line, making 5 out of 6.
Well, that's going to keep them in the game right now. Eisenhower's in the bonus, so they need to attack the rim and we can get this lead back.
KNAPSTEIN off the handoff off the front of the rim. And we got a foul underneath.
Foul on
go back the other way.
Trying to get the offensive rebound.
See Trey Krause with his head in his hands.
New London maybe a little bit too amped up to play this game.
Misses on the front end of the bonus. Pefke off the screen, goes inside. There's Fitzgerald, too strong. Paulman. Whelan gets the rebound.
Wide open one, just needs to maybe rushed it a little bit. Too shocked.
Rowland pokes it away. Closed captioning of this WIAA tournament broadcast is brought to you by your local WIAA network station. Miscommunication there, obviously. The Lions turn it over. 4 turnovers now for the Lions. Bulldogs with 6. New London with the basketball and the 1-point lead. Seen them run this a few times with Petke hands off and KNAPSTEIN comes around the top and draw the foul.
Little dribble weave type with a shooter coming behind to Phil. And they have guards that can turn the corner and get to the rim too.
Petke goes inside to Paulman. Paulman from 5 feet is good.
Very hard to defend when you have the pick and roll, and then you have a great shooter coming off a double screen on the opposite side. Lots of options there.
Bulldogs extend their lead to 3. Lyon was trapped and the ball is tied up. Lions will keep the basketball with the possession arrow in their favor.
One of Bauman's teammates has to come back. Whoever's double teaming, whoever's player is double teaming needs to come back.
Bauman inside to Gansky. Gansky in the corner. Tracked down by Bauman. Bauman to the left. Kicks it out.
I don't know if they're in their swing right now.
Gansky inside and good.
Just playing ball, just making plays.
Rowland pushes it ahead to Rowland. That was Alexa giving way to Michaela. Michaela rolling to the free throw line. Take another look right there. Gansky keeping herself on her feet somehow and going through the paint and scoring.
The defender thought Bauman was going to attack the hoop, and instead she picks up her dribble, and the offensive her teammate was able to cut to the basket for an easy one.
Michaela Rowland, good on the first. She shoots 65.5% from the free throw line. She's 2 of 2 on that trip.
Well, the team shoots at 71%, so they're pretty good as a team.
Wheeling from inside the arc. Moves it back to, it almost went for Lang.
Got to get back. Can't worry about it. New London's really trying to attack.
Alexa Rowland wanted to push it, but she held back a bit. KNAPSTEIN instead goes into the corner to Michaela Rowland. Rowland into the paint. Up top, Paulman, they swing it around to Petke. Petke for 3. Rowland tracks it down, but she's underneath the backboard, and Bauman takes it away.
She just has a nose for the ball, Bauman.
Rowland was in a tough position underneath the basket. And she goes to take it away. And we have the whistle.
Too long a pass there to be made, especially against these type of defensive teams that read so well off the ball.
And that foul was on Katie Lang. Into the game, STEFFANUS for New London. Bauman almost took another one away.
A little miscommunication.
It was like a missile coming in there at the coaching staff for the Lions.
Got to keep your head up there.
Yeah, a couple smiles over there after avoiding that basketball.
And there's so much pressure, you might have some backdoor feeds that you can get.
Foul's going to go on Whelan, number 24. Back into the game, Morgan Steinert for New London. New London with a 14-11 advantage.
Coach Schmidt is pleading with his players. You don't have to foul that far out. Be aggressive without fouling.
Take a look at the team foul situation. In New London's victory the other day, against Green Bay Notre Dame, they had 14 points off of turnovers compared to the Tritons just 7. Really a strong second half, outscoring the Tritons 29-12 after the intermission. It was just a 1-point game at halftime.
Well, both teams are a lot of spurts, typically in their games. I mean, they mirror each other how they play. Both aggressive defensively. They both have superstars.
STEFFANUS off the back, a high rebound. The Lions grab it. It's Whelan in there. Bauman pushes it ahead to Gansky. Skips it across.
New London definitely doesn't want the ball in Bauman's hand too much, so they double team her as she's pushing the ball up the floor.
Whelan puts it on the floor. Loses control of it and it goes out of bounds. Substitution for the Lions, Kristen Hesselbach into the game, as well as Bridget Pefke for New London.
Everyone's playing hard here. It's been up and down, a lot of defensive pressure, physical play.
Hesselbach with it to Lang. Lang up top. The entry pass, it's poked away. Bulldogs get it. Here comes Steiner.
Look in their high-low game.
Rolling inside, KNAPSTEIN, the bucket and the foul.
Quick
high-low and a nice look inside, and KNAPSTEIN finishes.
There's quick ball reversal. KNAPSTEIN right on the opposite side.
And New Berlin Eisenhower takes a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. 16-11, New London is in front. And KNAPSTEIN is headed to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
We live in a place where freedom of speech is our right. Giving someone a platform to speak ensures their ability to exercise that right. By standing up for educators, advocating for programs like foreign language, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
Ah, the workout is over. Time to recover, refuel, and re-energize. Recent studies suggest that one drink can help muscles recover faster than other leading sports drinks. Delicious, nutritious chocolate milk. With its powerful package of protein, potassium, calcium, and 6 other essential nutrients, shouldn't chocolate milk be your choice? Got chocolate milk?
New London with a 5-point advantage with 3:52 to go here before the half, and a chance to add on one more point as the players come back, and KNAPSTEIN will head to the free throw line to convert her chance at a 3-point play. Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated, Wisconsin Broadcast Division, is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
KNAPSTEIN's trying to complete the 3-point play right here.
And that she does. And that gives her Bulldogs a 6-point advantage. Let's see how the tables have turned as it's come to the shooting portion of this game. Eisenhower started out strong and then went cold, and it's gone vice versa for the Bulldogs. Pefke pushes it ahead to KNAPSTEIN. She gathers it at the baseline, sends it back into Pefke. Pefke inside, STEFFANUS with a little hook. She draws contact.
They're just beating Eisenhower up the floor. Moving the ball quickly, finding the open person.
See STEFFANUS' line in 18 minutes in the state semifinal. 42, Jessa Hahn into the game for the Lions. Number 40, Michaela Rowland for the Bulldogs.
Offensively, Eisenhower, they just got to be a little bit more patient. I think the height of New London is probably bothering them in the interior, in addition to the double teaming.
Lang is trapped. She gets out of it and gives away to Bauman. Tracked down by Hesselbach. She keeps it alive, but there's 3 defenders. She somehow finds her way through there. Hahn keeps it alive. Inside is Gansky.
If you're Eisenhower, you just got to keep battling right now. Eventually, you got to believe the shots will start falling for you.
That foul is on STEFFANUS. Gansky good on the first. She shoots 64% from the free throw line. Coleman into the game for New London. Eisenhower ready to make a substitution as well, but that's going to be for the shooter. Taylor MacArthur getting ready to check back into the ball game. Gansky makes the second. There's the horn. She'll take a seat on the bench. MacArthur back into the game. MacArthur, an honorable mention in the conference this year. She'll play her college basketball next year at UW Waukesha. KNAPSTEIN up the sideline, guarded by Baumann. Into the trap. Steiner now with it all the way into the lane, left-handed. Poked around in there, and Hahn comes away with it.
Looking for an opportunity to double. Good ball reverse though.
Baumann for three off the front. Tracked down by Hesselbach.
That's the second offensive rebound she's been able to get.
Saying that ball was off of Bulldogs, so the Lions will inbound. But Eisenhower could use a basket.
They could.
Send it up top to Hesselbach. Hesselbach
looking
on
to
the
go
dribble.
inside maybe.
It's Lang, they get it inside to Baumann. Baumann on the baseline. Knocked out of bounds. With a tied up basketball. Tied up basketball. Could the Bulldogs get the possession? The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Weaves her way around, gives it to KNAPSTEIN. Trying to turn the corner, goes out to Petke. Instead, they go inside to Steiner, off the baseline. KNAPSTEIN with the follow. Coleman goes up high for the rebound and the putback.
That's where the height pays off.
6'1" senior center, Heather Coleman. Petke on the floor trying to take it away. And the Bulldogs get a timeout out of there. A 30-second timeout for Troy KRAUSE. They make a substitution again. Alexa Rowland into the game. Gary Schmidt wondering how they got a timeout out of that. Thought that maybe it was a tied-up basketball, but they say that it's a timeout for New London to take another look. As it stands, New London with the lead, 20-13. Very animated Gary Schmidt. The Eisenhower Lions, the winners of the Woodland Black this year. They went through the Janesville-Craig sectional, defeating New Berlin West 49-23 and Whitefish Bay 48-23. The New London Bulldogs making their way down to state through the Marshfield sectional, defeating Merrill 67-22 and Hayward 37-21.
New London defensively, their guards are like Doberman pinchers. They just keep coming after you. They're behind you and they just attack you.
They're not pinchers, they're Bulldogs. Okay, they can be pinchers as well.
I don't know how fast Bulldogs are.
Feisty dogs.
That they are.
We'll say that. How's that sound?
Little hand check.
Whistle.
Baumann.
Yeah, that's going to go on Baumann. Both of these teams are in the bonus situation. KNAPSTEIN heads to the free throw line.
He's a 73% free throw shooter.
KNAPSTEIN has 6 points this evening. Her first miss from the free throw line this evening. She's also 2 of 6 from the field. That was Baumann's first personal foul.
Anytime Baumann goes to spin, they're bringing another defender to help. Get the ball out of her hands.
Arthur swings it across to Baumann, who goes inside to Hahn. Hahn along the baseline, in trouble, and it's tied up.
Well, they're playing behind. Obviously, they have taller people, but as soon as that ball is entered into the post, they're double teaming it. So you got to quickly get it back out and reverse the ball quick and get something on the opposite side.
Whelan comes into the game for Hahn.
probably one of those adjustments they'll make at halftime.
Lions are stacked and they spread out for the inbounds. Bauman out of the corner. MacArthur with it now. Wheeler. MacArthur on the top. Bauman now with the basketball. Under a minute to go here in the quarter. Almost a kick by KNAPSTEIN. Quickly closes in on Lang.
Eisenhower's got to keep their spacing. Sometimes they get too...
Bulldogs fans are rising up. There's a good defensive stand from New London. Here they go the other way. It's poked away by Hesselbach. It's poked away the other way by KNAPSTEIN.
Both teams just have such great active hands. I mean, they're just relentless with their pressure.
Hefke puts up the signal for one shot here. 20 seconds to go before the half. Coleman up top. Take a peek over the top of that defense. Called for traveling. So the Lions now with a chance to put a couple more points on the board. New London ranked number 1 in both the AP and the coaches poll. New Berlin Eisenhower number 2 in each of those polls. Hesselbach works off the screen by Bauman. Kicks it out to MacArthur. MacArthur brings it around. Final seconds. Bauman off the side of the rim and off the floor. And we are done with the first half. New London leads 20-13. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
In Wisconsin, we believe in lessons learned early in life. Play hard and play fair. That's why Rural Mutual Insurance sponsors WIAA Athletics and the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. We're proud of Wisconsin and of our agents and claims adjusters who give undivided attention. They don't stand on the sidelines when misfortune hits. We serve everyone, rural or city, with the fastest claim service in the state. Rural. It's not where you live, it's what you value. A Farm Bureau service.
Skyward is critically important to the functioning of and operation of our school district. It provides us with the software and technology for student software, for financial software, for personnel software. A community values its school system when it sees that it can provide great services to its kids. Skyward provides that access. So the community itself is grateful to Skyward and the district for its partnership because it gives them greater confidence in their school district.
Everyone at Delta Dental is passionate and believes in what they're doing.
We're all very dedicated to our job.
We need our subscribers to have a positive experience.
To make sure that I've helped them as much as I possibly can.
We have less than 30 seconds before you get to talk to a real person.
That customer calling is going to remember the service that was delivered.
By working with Delta, we do make lives easier.
We are
Delta Dental
of Wisconsin.
We are back at the half, and this game is living up to the billing. 20-13, New London is in front, leading New Berlin Eisenhower. Some of the halftime entertainment provided by the New London Bulldogs dance team. It's a 7-point game at the half. It's been a fantastic game to watch. Why is New London in front by 7 at this point?
Well, right now it's field goal percentage. I mean, Eisenhower's 17%. They're just not shooting the ball very well. Some of that is the great pressure that New London is applying, and also that they have height inside, you know. The other part is New London getting some easy baskets in transition, you know, in terms of pushing the ball, and they're having an easier time moving the ball also.
New London has those 10 points off of the turnovers against the 4 points off of turnovers for the Lions. So if you add it all up, it's a 20-13 lead for New London. That's the way we have it at the half. We'll be back in a moment where we can wrap up the first half with some highlights and some stats to bring you, and we'll set you up for the second. In the meantime, we send it upstairs to Bob Bradovich.
Thank you, Brian. We're at the half of this Division II state championship game. One more game coming up on Championship Saturday. That'll be in Division I. It'll be De Pere versus Milwaukee King. Menards has been a longtime sponsor and major supporter of the WIAA state tournaments and broadcast. Time now to learn a little bit more about Menards.
Welcome to the 2012 WIAA State Tournament. Each year, the tournament showcases the very best qualities of Wisconsin's youth. The spirit of teamwork, dedication, resourcefulness, and cooperation displayed now during these tournaments will help make these young men and women the leaders of the future. Those same qualities are valued here at Menards. A family-owned company with headquarters in Eau Claire, Menards opened their first retail store in 1960. The spirit of teamwork, along with our continuing dedication to service and quality, is part of the reason why Menards has now become the third largest home improvement retailer in the United States today. We couldn't have done it without your help, and without the thousands of team members who work hard every day to win your trust. Strong teamwork is one of the foundations to success that continues even after the final whistle or buzzer has sounded. As a family-oriented business, Menards salutes the parents, educators, coaches, and volunteers who are dedicated to building a firm foundation for our young men and women. The sense of fair play, integrity, and respect are lessons that will remain with these student athletes during their entire lives. It's part of the reason why we at Menards have been proud sponsors of the WIAA State Tournament telecast since 1988 and look forward to another great year. No matter the final outcome of the game, the high level of competition, teamwork, and sportsmanship of these tournaments will help to instill the values that will make all participants winners in the long run. Menards congratulates all students and the WIAA for their efforts and wishes them the best of luck. We appreciate the opportunity to be a sponsor of this year's event, just like we appreciate being your choice for all your home improvement needs.
And we certainly appreciate Menard's support as a major sponsor of these WIAA State Championship broadcasts. It is Championship Saturday here at the Kohl Center. We got going at 11 a.m. this morning with Division 5. Heritage Christian, impressive in pulling away for a 79-51 win over Owen with the first ever WIAA State Girls Basketball title for Heritage Christian. Neilsville, another first-time champion in WIAA Girls Basketball. The Warriors with a 52-42 win over Oshkosh Lourdes. In Division 3, it was tied after 3, but it was Kewanee winning it 1 year after the Storm finished second in Division 3. Kewanee defeating Oostburg 50-41. The Division 2 game going on right now. We are at the half. New London leading New Berlin Eisenhower in a battle of unbeatens. 20-13 is your halftime score. And coming up at around 8:15 p.m., the Division 1 state championship game between Milwaukee King and De Pere. Plenty of great memories being made at these WIAA state championships. If you would like a DVD copy of any WIAA tournament game, those are available for just $29.95 plus shipping and handling. You can put that on your Visa or MasterCard. To order your copy of this game or search the database of past WIAA tournament DVDs, just go to prepfilms.com. New London leading at the half over New Berlin Eisenhower. To recap the first half of action, let's send it back courtside. Dolores Steffenus and Brian Groff.
All right, thank you very much, Bob. Of course, New London won last year's state championship. New Berlin Eisenhower won it the year before, but you have to go back to Columbus back in 2002 and 2003 to find the only time that a Division II school has repeated as champion. So that's what New London is hoping to close out here this evening.
And they've come out with a lot of energy, and obviously they know what's at stake. And Eisenhower basically, just has to go in the locker room, get a little bit more composed, maybe set some high top of the key picks to free up some driving lanes and kick it out to some shooters, and they'll get themselves right back in the game. You can't shoot that poorly for two halves.
No, you cannot. All they need is a couple buckets. They get right back into this thing, and who knows? You get onto a roll, maybe it snowballs from there.
Yeah, it's a tale of two halves maybe. They've been through it before. I mean, I think at the Whitefish Bay game that they had in the sectional final, they struggled in the first half. They came out in the second half, and they were a completely different team. Their defense was stifling. They got their offense going, and things turned around. So, obviously, if you're a New London fan, you don't want that to happen.
All right. Let's take a look at the highlights of the first half to see how we got to this point. We're going to start things out with the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions, and you see Whelan going strong to the basket there. As it comes off, she gets a second chance and puts it back up and in.
Right there, yesterday she had a great game. She's been relatively quiet. She needs to step up this game.
There's a follow by Bauman there. And then Jansky keeping her composure and staying on her feet and going through the land of the big girls and scoring as well.
She's leading the team for Eisenhower.
She is. And we take a look on the other side, New London Bulldogs, KNAPSTEIN with a nice little step in there. And she scores, and they work that the high-low. They get it inside. KNAPSTEIN scores and goes to the free throw line.
She hasn't had a lot of touches, but when she's touched the ball, she's been very efficient and very effective.
Hallman can go up high and grab those rebounds, and she puts a second chance point back in as well. And you can see the numbers from the first half. And what kind of things jump out at you, Coach?
Now, obviously, field goal percentage. Eisenhower hasn't taken any threes, but the points off the turnovers 10-4. And if you also look, it's not on the screen, but the bench for New London has 8 points versus the bench for Eisenhower 0.
Let's take a look at the leading scorers from the first half of play. KNAPSTEIN and STEFFANUS each have 6. Paulman with 4. Gansky leading the way, as you had mentioned, for the Lions. She has 7 points. And then Bauman with 4. And Jenny Whelan has 2. So we are all set and ready to go for the second half. After this break, we will come back and bring it to you the third quarter. Right now, it is 20-13 in favor of New London. And we head into our break with a look at the dance team from New Berlin Eisenhower. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
In Wisconsin, we believe in lessons learned early in life. Play hard and play fair. That's why Rural Mutual Insurance sponsors WIAA Athletics and the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. We're proud of Wisconsin and of our 150 agents who give undivided attention before misfortune hits. Rural or city, everyone wins because with us, premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Rural, it's not where you live, it's what you value. A Farm Bureau service.
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my!
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Join Menards this week in saluting our American-made products with Menards Made in the USA sale. Doll Tile is the largest ceramic tile manufacturer in the United States. Made in El Paso, Texas. These ceramic tiles are perfect for kitchen and bathroom walls, only 9 cents each. Made in Perrysville, Ohio, Mansfield toilets offer style and performance. The ProFit Round front high-efficiency model is everything you need in one box. Just $99.
Save big money at Menards.
A pair of undefeated teams duking it out for the Division II state title. New London leading by a score of 20-13 against New Berlin Eisenhower. New London, we talked about the other day, had a real strong second half. They had a 1-point lead at the half, and then they outscored Green Bay Notre Dame 29-12. But on the flip side, Eisenhower had a real strong run that spanned the second and third quarter as they pulled away against Reedsburg in the state semifinal.
Yeah, both teams are used to having spurts, various spurts throughout the game. So, you know, they're identical in terms of how they play. We'll see who comes out on top.
The Lions actually scored 13 straight points that spanned the second and third quarters, and they were really consistent when you broke it down by quarter, outscoring Reedsburg by 3 in the first, 6 in the second, 8 in the third, and then 2 in the fourth. And it's that matter of putting together quarters, winning each quarter. The little things add up to the big things.
Well, I think all season they've probably looked at their season that way. Both coaches talked about it, broke it down into little segments, and this game, it's the whole season on the line right here.
The season is on the line for both of these unbeatens, ranked number 1, number 2, respectively, in the AP and coaches polls this year. New London on top. Hallman on the baseline jumper, and she gives New London 2 more points to add on to their advantage, 22-13.
I do believe they ran that same play yesterday, start the second half, and scored in the same spot with the same player.
Whatever works, right?
Gotta go to it. Why change a good thing?
Yeah, exactly. Wheeling inside, finds a cutter, and they go up and in, and that's good for Lang. Let's take another look. They work from up top, Whelan inside, and Lang turns and scores.
Great little post pin there.
Lang was first team all-conference this year in the Woodland. That's going to be New Berlin basketball. The Eisenhower Lions with the basketball. New London with a substitution real quickly. STEFFANUS into the game.
Didn't hit the free throw, but they could end up getting a few more points off of this.
Let's see if they could get a 4 or 5 point possession here. Esselbach with the basketball above her head. Guarded by HEISE. Into that short corner trying to find a teammate. She does get a teammate. That's Lang, but it's off the side of the backboard.
A little too low when she caught that ball. Didn't know where she was.
Steiner dribbles around the right side. Pefke with it now.
Looks like they're switching in all screens.
She was sliding between two defenders.
Bauman's just got to keep her hips a little bit lower, move her feet. But already we see what they've done differently defensively.
The foul is on MacArthur. Steiner inside. The left hand off the right side of the rim. Cleared by Whelan. A hesitation move by Bauman. She gets some space with defender continuing on. And it's out of bounds.
It was a great hesitation move. Cleared a lot of space. Defender fell down. Able to pull back and unfortunately missed the shot. It was a good shot though.
STEFFANUS quickly turns and sees a lion in her face.
Bauman trying to post up the smaller Pefke.
Bauman outside the arc, goes inside to 15. Whelan now. That's good for Lang.
That's what all Ike wants to see. Lang getting hot.
The Lions with the defensive pressure. KNAPSTEIN turns the corner and breaks the press. All the way down. Bauman rips it away. Lang from the other side. Whelan keeps it alive underneath. HEISE with it, and she gets it off to Pefke. Pefke up the right side. Little hesitation move all the way in for the layup. Too strong.
Too strong. Good hesitation move. You can feel that the energy's picked up a little bit.
Lions slow it down a bit as they walk it up court.
Last 16 minutes of the high school season for D2.
Esselbach up top. Misplayed by MacArthur, and it's out of bounds. We're going to stay this way. Good hustle there by Steiner.
MacArthur's got to look that ball into her hands.
Esselbach dribbles it around, stops at the elbow. Bauman going inside. Great move by
Nice
Whelan.
split of the defenders before the double team could come.
Great move with her pivot foot to get inside and score. And we have a timeout on the floor as we take another look as Whelan splits the defense and scores. And we're going to take a full timeout here. It is 22-19. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
To be heard is a powerful thing. When you help someone speak, you're not only giving them a voice, you're giving them an identity. By amplifying the voices of educators, speaking out for programs like special education, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
That was me, the slam dunk king. All right, that was me. 6 championships under my belt. I never got off the couch. So then one day I looked in the mirror and I saw my dad. Started playing basketball for real, but not with these giants. Or with him. There we go. Playing with Ben and James. Yeah. Almost dunked it. Soon I'll be able to dunk it.
New London enjoying a 22-19 lead on New Berlin Eisenhower, and the fans are having a fantastic time here in Madison. You know, every coach is quick to give credit where credit is due, and it always takes an assistant coaching staff to help talk about your philosophy and get the players to buy into their system. And we see Pete Jensma there in the wheelchair. Now, he played wheelchair basketball at UW-Whitewater, and he also played competitive wheelchair basketball in the Milwaukee area. He ended up getting a torn rotator cuff, and then that's when he decided to go into the coaching ranks, and it's been fulfilling for him that he's been able to coach for the New London staff.
Well, obviously he's got a lot of basketball knowledge, and you know, if you're a smart head coach, you find those people out there in your community and you get them to be a part of your program.
Troy KRAUSE is glad to have him on his staff. And New London takes it away, and they push it all the way up ahead. That's STEFFANUS saving it. KNAPSTEIN gives it up to Steiner, and they move it around to Pethke. And it's thrown away. Turnover on the Bulldogs. MacArthur will take control of the basketball in front of the New London bench. You can take a look at the numbers there for the field goals. First half, second half. What a difference it is for the Lions.
Well, I said that it's got to turn at some point, and it's started to turn in their favor right now.
They've made it a 3-point game. It was a 7-point game at the half. That one's good by Lang.
Handled the double team much better. Made the extra pass for an easy shot. Great adjustment at halftime. They're switching on all screens, all pick and rolls.
Bulldogs weaving the basketball at the top. Steiner. Wheeling with it, gives way to Bauman.
Bauman's head's always up, looking down the floor like a good point guard.
The Lions are on an 8-0 run to cut the deficit to just 1. Lions trying to take the lead. Lang with the ball on the floor. Hasselbach with it now. Cut off by Pethke. Pethke going the other way. Pushes ahead and fouled by Bauman, and it's good. Pethke with a chance at a 3-point play. Take another look.
Nice strong move by Pethke. Bauman was trying to time that for the block, but got too much of the body.
Kayla Rowland checks into the game for the Bulldogs. Pethke had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and was 4 of 8 on 3-pointers in the semifinal. And there's the old-fashioned 3. Tries to take it away. Bauman dribbles her way out. Whelan sends it across to Lang.
They continue to work their offense.
Arthur, one dribble, pass to Bauman. Hasselbach brings it up top. Lang, a post player who can go outside. Whelan can do the same. She drives but can't convert.
Couldn't finish.
Steiner all the way through traffic, gives way to Rowland. Rowland rattles it through. So it was a 1-point game. All of a sudden, it's a 6-point game, New London. We've got a blocking foul. Looks like that's going to go on Steiner. So just as quickly as the Lions got back into this game and made it a 1-point advantage, the Bulldogs storm right back with a couple of runs of their own.
Well, it's all started with their dribble penetration. They're push the ball up the floor, find the open person. That mentality of scoring 10 seconds or less.
Hasselbach with the basketball. Head fake and a pass. Bauman looking inside. Instead they go back up top to MacArthur.
Eisenhower trying to run the swing.
Lang drives in the paint. Off the mark. Rowland with the rebound. Pethke tries to push it up ahead, but it's deflected by a Lion. And
great pass.
They score. That's Kristen Hasselbach. New London right back. KNAPSTEIN has it knocked away. We have a whistle. Take another look. The deflection. Bauman gets it. picks up the assist, going to Hesselbach.
Hesselbach gets her hands up, gets a touch on the ball. Bauman rewards her with an easy.
It's 3 fouls on Bauman.
Now for New London, you might want to attack that.
Rowland tried to go inside. It's knocked away by Whelan.
Eisenhower known for trying to front and deny the posts. Usually undersized. They use the quickness and the physical part of the game to stop the taller teams.
Rowland has it poked away. Bauman with active hands.
Great hustle
Whelan
play.
again on the floor. Slow to get up though. Coming back the other way. MacArthur gives it up to Lang. Lang through 2 defenders. It's an offensive foul. Whelan got up and walked up the court, and she's hunched over here, obviously in pain. Take another look at the offensive foul on the Lions. A substitution into the game is Jessa Hahn.
Defense was completely set.
See Whelan right there.
Landed right on her hip bone.
She went down twice while they were over there. She ended up in that photographer's role, got back up, and ended up back on the deck again. She's going to get a chance to rest up on the bench for a bit. Heise on the dribble. Rolling with it now. Hefke looking inside. Steffanus for 3 off the back. Heise goes up high. And we got a...
Must have stepped on the line.
Must have been a foot on the baseline. Hard to tell from this angle over here.
Both teams are battling hard after that ball, after the rebounds.
Heise looking to send it in. Hefke, the drive, deflected. She takes it back out again. Let's try this all over again. Heise steps back. Got a reach-in foul. That's MacArthur.
They're very quick on their rotation, just a little too aggressive on that one. But they got to bring energy.
5 team fouls now for the Lions. The Bulldogs with 2.
Comes the high pick and roll with a shooter coming off a double screen.
Hefke from the wing. Takes it up to the top to Steffanus. Steffanus not afraid to try a 3. Time winding down here in the 3rd quarter. New London in front, 27-23. Bridget Hefke with the basketball. The drive, it's taken away. Here comes Whelan. She doesn't have numbers, but it doesn't matter. She goes all the way in and scores. Final seconds, Steffanus in to Heise across half court. Heise, she gets a shot off, and it's off the back of the rim. New London leads 27-25. We are done with the 3rd quarter. Looking forward to an exciting 4th. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back to the Kohl Center. This WIAA game summary is brought to you by Skyward, creator of Skyward School Management System and Skyward Family Access, the best solution for Wisconsin school districts and parents. And we take a look at the numbers, the difference between the first half and the 3rd quarter, and you can see the tale of the 2 halves there.
Yeah, obviously, you know, New Berlin Eisenhower's up there shooting with 31%. Second chance points, 8-2. The big thing is off of turnovers, this half, New Berlin has 8 compared to New London's 3, so that's where they've made up some of the difference there.
New London led 10-9 after the first quarter. They extended it to 7 points, 20-13 at the half, and then closed out with a 2-point margin of lead going into the fourth quarter. Now, Eisenhower got within 1 point when they had that 8-0 run. They had the basketball here to start the fourth, but they turn it over, so the Bulldogs with a chance to extend their lead.
New London starts out getting a turnover right away.
HEISE has the basketball. BRENNA HEISE, a first-team all-conference player this year in the Bay Conference.
Eisenhower straight up man-to-man, no switching right now.
Steiner. Lang with the rebound.
He could probably do a power layup, use the glass on that. Probably anticipated a foul.
Yeah, sometimes when you're expecting that contact, it kind of throws off your shot a little bit.
Overpowered a little bit.
Lang guarded closely by Paulman. Arthur works it up top.
Both teams continue to extend the pressure.
Lang with a post-up move has it poked out of bounds by Paulman. Lang at 5'11" is one of your taller players, and then you turn around and you look at 6'1" Paulman.
Yeah, she probably has to turn, reverse pivot, face, and break her down off the dribble a little bit there. It's probably where her advantage will be. Still running the swing. Had a little bump, flare back move there.
Going to the corner with Bauman. We have a whistle. That's going to go on Pefke. The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Education Association Council. Support your public schools and your teachers. Join the conversation on Facebook. Speak Out Wisconsin. We act, moving education forward. Lang from distance. She is inside the perimeter. That's a long 2, I believe. We are tied at 27. And Pefke throws it away. So just like that, the Lions have tied things up, and they get possession of the basketball. STEFFANUS checking into the game. Take another look there, Coach.
Good shot made. Lang has stepped up her game in the second half. She has 8 points now.
Bauman skips it across to Lang. We'll go back up top. MacArthur on the dribble. And she throws it away. Saying that was deflected by a Bulldog. The Lions will keep the basketball.
Well, the big 3 for Eisenhower really stepping out. Bauman, Wieland, and Lang. And that's who you'd expect right now.
You can see how the Lions have tied up this ball game with that 14-5 run.
And Coach KRAUSE understands that he's got to get someone on Bauman right now. He feels that she's going to start taking over, trying to attack the rim.
Pefke comes in for Alexa Rowland. Alexa Rowland was just called for that foul. Hesselbach guarded by HEISE.
Pefke is giving up like 3-4 inches on Bauman, and she has great confidence in her teammates.
Nice cut by MacArthur. She just couldn't finish. And then we have arms hooked up.
Bauman had a great pass.
The foul is on MacArthur. Take another look right there. Nice cut, nice pass. They just couldn't finish on the end.
Got to use the backboard. That's your best friend sometimes.
Steinert working with Pefke. She sends it back out to KNAPSTEIN. Into the lane. Tied up basketball. The Bulldogs will keep it.
I'm going to say, KNAPSTEIN hasn't had many touches in this half either.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. All of a sudden she had the basketball. Thinking, when's the last time? STEFFANUS has her shot deflected. Whelan goes high in the air to haul it in.
Bauman takes a chance, gets a tip on that shot.
Gary Schmidt calls timeout for the Lions. It's a 30-second timeout. Well, those Lions have clawed and clawed and gotten their way back into a tie ball game here. It's a brand new game with 5:18 to go.
What an exciting game. in terms of 2 undefeated teams. It's only fitting it comes down to the last quarter, 5 minutes to go. One of them is going to be happy at the end of this night.
Yeah, this is everything that the billing made it out to be. Some of the best players in the state, the top rankings, and the 2 unbeaten. Some great fan support as people have come out from this New Berlin area and from New London as well and made it down here for the Division II state championship game. We have another good one coming up after this one in Division I as well. Boy, that was a barn burner last night in that last D1 game with Milwaukee Canyon Middleton.
Set some records, up and down. I think the officials got their work out in that game.
And you take a look at our WIAA fact of 37 undefeated teams in WIAA history. Now we're talking about all divisions. Neilsville already had an undefeated season that was capped off earlier today. So a second team is going to do it today as well. Bauman to the left has it taken away by Pethke. Pethke on the floor, gets it over to Steffanus. The Bulldogs come away with it.
I think just about every time out of a timeout New Berlin takes one, they get a...
Oh, HEISE scores and one. Take another look, Steiner. Little stutter inside to HEISE. It's knocked off her feet.
She's been quiet all day long.
HEISE, who averages 11.3 points a game coming into the tournament, can't convert on the three-point play, but she does get a pair. Nice hustle play by KNAPSTEIN. It's knocked out of bounds, but the Lions are going to get possession.
Cannot be casual with the ball, especially right now. Every possession is important.
New Berlin Eisenhower has 7 fouls as well, so New London is in the bonus. Poked away by Steiner.
Defensively, this gives you confidence right now. You're getting a lot of touches on the ball. Here they come from behind.
Bulldogs poke it away again.
Need someone breaking to the middle because obviously they're attracting 2-3 people at the ball.
Arthur with the basketball. Whelan with it now, guarded by KNAPSTEIN. We go inside to Bauman.
Looking to feed her into the post with her size advantage. But she knows that she's going to be double teamed, so she's looking for cutters out of it. And she's a good enough passer that she'll find them.
Pethke came in from that backside, and she's called for the foul. Lang out of the corner. Guarded by Steffanus. Hesselbach with it now. Bauman from straight on, and the three-pointer is good. Through the well for Bauman.
One of the first times she's had an open look on the outside.
And New Berlin Eisenhower is in front 30-29. It's their first lead since it was 9-7 way back in the first quarter. Now the Bulldogs trying to come up with an answer. KNAPSTEIN drives baseline, has it stripped away by Bauman.
I was just going to say, what a matchup. You got KNAPSTEIN and Bauman head-to-head right now.
That foul is going to go on KNAPSTEIN. She had that ball stripped away, and she tried to get it back, but she's called for the foul. Take another look at Bauman hitting that trifecta.
Big-time shot. Well defensed.
That was the first time she hit a 3 in 4 attempts in this game. Whelan with a nice pivot move. The Lions extend the lead.
The big 3 making plays right now for Eisenhower.
Skip it across to KNAPSTEIN. KNAPSTEIN, the jumper. So the Bulldogs come right back. Put on the defensive pressure. Arthur sends it ahead. Hesselbach with it.
Nice pass.
Bauman.
Great court vision, great spacing.
Lions are on a roll. 34-31. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Steiner to the right. Back up top, Pethke from the wing. Guarded by Hesselbach. KNAPSTEIN inside. The turnaround shot is good by Steffanus.
She started off the game hitting her first 2 shots. She's thinking, hey, don't forget about me, I can score.
Steffanus is 3 of 6. She has 8 points. It's taken away by KNAPSTEIN. She passes it off to Pethke. Pethke scores.
Good play. Smart play by Bauman not to pick up her fourth, though.
New London is in front, 35-34. Hesselbach brings it across. Has a defender behind her.
Both teams playing really hard.
Hesselbach, that sophomore guard, handling the basketball. With a whistle on the floor. That was before the shot.
Moving screen.
Moving screen. We're going to go the other way. That foul is on Jenny Whelan.
I know Coach Schmidt's not happy with the call, but bottom line is they're starting to hit shots, and you got to like that right now if you're an Eisenhower fan.
The Lions are on a nice little run here. It's 35-34 Bulldogs. KNAPSTEIN extends the lead. It's a three-point advantage for New London. New London, the defending Division II state champions.
It's like we're watching two boxers just slug each other out
That's
to
right.
finish.
They're going back and forth, round after round. We have a full timeout called by Gary Schmidt. We're going to take a break along with them. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my!
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Join Menards this week in saluting our American-made products with Menards Made in the USA sale. Sleep in comfort with a new mattress from Serta. For more than 80 years, Serta has been producing the world's best mattress. Made in Beloit, Wisconsin, the Perfect Treasure Queen mattress set is only $349. Or save $100 on the Excalibur Mega Eurotop Queen mattress set. It offers additional softness, support, and ultimate comfort, just $699.
Save big money at Menards.
In a back-and-forth basketball game, there's the Lions scoring as they go in front, but then New London comes right back. KNAPSTEIN with the spin move and goes to Pethke, and Pethke scores off the glass. And then the Bulldogs see it right there from another angle, and they lead 37-34. Well, the Lions getting back into it. And Laura, you were talking about it at the half. The Lions were not going to shoot 17.5% the whole game. They've bumped that up to 37%.
They have. They've taken, it's the same shots they had in the first half. They're just making them in the second half. And the game's close, and anyone can win this game.
The offense has picked up, and the defensive intensity has been there from the very beginning.
Yeah, the defense hasn't changed. Other than New London, it really hasn't been fouling this half as much. They've still been aggressive. They've just done it without fouling.
Yeah, New London was keeping it close early when they were called for those fouls. Bauman for a triple.
And Bauman saying, this is why I miss basketball right now. It's clutch time. I'm going to be taking the shots.
You put the ball in her hands, and she has tied it up with a little more than a minute to go. 37-37. Steinert. A full timeout called by Troy Krause, head coach for the New London Bulldogs. All right, we're going to take a break as well. A message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
1:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. New London and New Berlin Eisenhower tied at 37 apiece. In case you're wondering where each of these communities are from, New London is located in Wapaka County, and New Berlin Eisenhower, the city of New Berlin, is near Milwaukee on the eastern edge of Waukesha County, the second largest community in Waukesha County. The city of Waukesha is bigger, and the other two teams that made up this D2 tournament field, the Notre Dame Tritons out of Green Bay and the Reedsburg Beavers. So those 4 teams making it down to the state tournament. We've whittled it down to 2, and eventually we will whittle it down to a state champion in Division II.
Yeah, I mean, what a finish right now. Coming down to the last minute 11. New London has the ball. Coach Krause wanted to make sure he knew what the offensive said. Everyone's on the same page. Too big of possession right now.
And you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about how you want the ball in your playmaker's hand, and Bauman has 8 of the 12 points in the quarter for the Lions. Well, the Bulldogs have the basketball. It's a tie game, less than a minute to go here in the 4th.
Eisenhower is switching on all screens. We got mismatches in the post right now. But once again, they're being physical and they're using their quickness.
Hefty outside the arc, finds a cutting KNAPSTEIN.
Great backdoor cut off an aggressive defense.
New London is in the lead. Almost taken away by KNAPSTEIN. Whelan back to Bauman. Bauman knocked out of bounds by HEISE. Let's take another look at the other end, how the Bulldogs got in front.
Denying the kick out, and she just read it, went back door. Both teams never give up on the ball.
Taken away by Pepke. The Lions trying to chase her down. STEFFANUS up ahead, up and under. It rolls around and out. That looked like it was going down. And we have a foul. It's a bonus situation. That foul is on Whelan. That's 5 fouls for Jenny Whelan. She fouls out of the game.
Good effort by her this game.
Jenny Whelan, the 5'10 junior forward. Checking into the ball game now, 42, a 6-foot sophomore forward, Jessa Hahn. 8 points for Whelan. STEFFANUS steps to the free throw line. And Gary Schmidt wants to call a full timeout before we shoot that free throw. We're going to talk things over. So New London has a 39-37 advantage. It's a bonus situation for both teams. 19 fouls for New Berlin Eisenhower, 16 fouls
for New London.
Is that right?
6 fouls for New London.
They wouldn't be in the bonus. We have 2 in the bonus. Well, the next one will put them in the bonus.
Next one will put New Berlin Eisenhower in the bonus. STEFFANUS is a 60% free throw shooter. The big thing here, you got to talk, if you're New Berlin, got to have the block out on the free throw. Often, so many times you forget that. And then you got to know the situation if you're down by 3 or 4 or 2. I think you really take the quickest shot you can in terms of the best shot.
Yeah, take your best shot, put your defensive pressure on, see if you can get a steal, get that ball back again, and see if you can score. It depends on what happens here with these free throws. STEFFANUS makes the first, so she pushes it into a 3-point advantage for the Bulldogs.
If you're New London, I bet they're going to pick up full court again. They've had success.
Too hard off the back. STEFFANUS tracks it down. Now they got to play keep away. Steinert with it, and there's a foul. That's on Lang. That was just a quick game to keep away.
Got to block out the free throw shooter.
So the Bulldogs with another chance to extend their lead. Steinert heads to the free throw line. Take another look right there. STEFFANUS misses it, tracks it down, goes back out, and they quickly move the ball around. The first free throw is good for Steinert. One of the captains on this Bulldogs team. Honorable mention in the conference this year. Shoots 73% from the line. These are her first 2 free throws this evening. Good on the second as well. It's
looking to push the ball. Push the ball.
Hasselbach brings it up. Has to deal with some length up at the top. Lang, they go inside to Bauman. Off the front. She follows up her own miss and a quick timeout with 3.5 seconds to go. They make it a 42-39 game with just 3.5 seconds to go in regulation. Let's take another look as Hasselbach, guarded by HEISE. Lang puts it on the floor. You know they're looking for Bauman. It takes her a second effort. She scores and then calls the quick timeout.
Yeah, I think she was looking for Hahn to set a screen for her so she could come up and have another three, but didn't work that way, and she hit her on the back door. Right here, I think you're looking for, a 5-second call. All-out defense. If you're in New London, you just want to secure the ball, get it in, be strong with it, make them foul you.
Bauman's led the way in the scoring column for Eisenhower. She has 14. A couple of teammates with 8. Whelan has 8. Lang has 8 as well. And you see how these teams have fared in close games, and Eisenhower hasn't had one. New London 1-0. Leading scorer KNAPSTEIN for New London. She has 12, followed by STEFFANUS, who has played really well. She has 9 points, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point land.
Well, if you're Eisenhower, if you watched the guys' tournament last weekend, I think it was D5, anything's possible with Decker.
Right.
I mean,
yes,
in a game of basketball, you never know.
It was a game where we were thinking about overtime, and Decker was not thinking about overtime. He said, I'm going to hit the three, and I'm going to win this thing.
Switching everything right now. Just need to get the ball in.
We'll go to get it in, and there's a foul just as the ball is being sent in.
Needs to hit. We've got a double bonus, so.
Esselbach called for the foul. So everyone's going to walk the other way for New Berlin Eisenhower. Just Pethke going that way for New London. The Bulldogs all hanging back as Pethke shoots the free throws. Pethke, up until this point, had only shot 1 free throw this evening, so 1 for 2 on her trips to the line. It's a 3-point game.
She's an 81% free throw shooter. This is who you'd want at the line.
And it would relieve a lot of pressure for New London if she were to make this free throw and make this a 4-point game.
And if you're Eisenhower, you got to make sure, obviously, you get it. Not a lot of time, but there is 3 seconds is a long time, actually. A couple of dribbles, and you can get a good look.
That's it. Yeah, you can get it past half court. So this free throw, critical for the Bulldogs, and it's good. 4-point lead. The Lions up ahead. And they're just going to allow this shot to go, and the buzzer sounds. New London repeats as their Division II WIAA state champions. The Bulldogs, 43-39 winners in Division II. We're going to take a break. We'll hand out some hardware after this. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. New London is your Division II state champion, 43-39 over New Berlin Eisenhower. We send it over to Bonnie Olson for your post-game awards ceremony.
Rachel Rush. Kristen Hasselbach. Aaron Gansky. Shauna Rickard. Kaylee Frederick. Allison Persick. Taylor MacArthur. Jenny Wheeland. Nicole Bauman. Katie Lang. Jenna York. And Jessa Hahn. And now, will head coach Gary Schmidt of New Berlin Eisenhower please come forward to receive your team trophy. And now, will each player of the New London Bulldogs please come forward as your name is read to receive your individual medal. Cambria Fitzgerald. Coral Manigan. Tara KNAPSTEIN. Bridget Pepke. Gretel Steingraber. Morgan Steinert. Amber Pepke. Megan Schleve. Brenna HEISE. Emily Steffanus. Mickey Rowland. Lexi Rowland. And Heather Plowman. And now, will head coach Troy Krause of New London Bulldogs please come forward to receive your team trophy.
Congratulations to the New London Bulldogs, back-to-back state champions in Division II. That has not been done since Columbus, the only other D2 school to do that, as they repeated in 2002 and 2003. Let's take a look at our Wisconsin Corn Growers Play of the Game, brought to you by the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, working hard to provide food and fuel to America. The Bulldogs, after a tight game in the fourth, KNAPSTEIN cuts and scores. She had 6 of her 12 in the fourth quarter.
The starting flag isn't the only thing green at racetracks around the country. More and more race cars are going green by using an ethanol blend. Even NASCAR is fueling up with Sunoco Green E15 for the first time this year. And where does ethanol come from? Corn. Produced by Wisconsin farmers and others like them across the country. The Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. From race cars to your car. Power, performance, and now a promise for a cleaner future. And that's good for all of us.
So the New London Bulldogs win by a score of 43-39. It started out a little dicey for the Bulldogs. They were getting called for foul after foul, and I thought maybe Eisenhower would get to the free throw line a lot, but then it turned a little bit. New London didn't have so many fouls later on. New Berlin Eisenhower picked up their shooting, and we really had a ball game in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, they made the adjusted to the officials, and they didn't put them to the line at all in the second half, and that was a big thing, and New Berlin stepped up their shooting, like you said, and made it a game.
All right, now we are going to send our focus to center court, where Nicole Bauman, a University of Wisconsin recruit and Miss Basketball, is going to accept her honor.
From New Berlin Eisenhower. Presenting the award are Jack Herbert with the WBCA and Paul Carpenter of East Bay. Bauman is the engine that drives the Eisenhower team that made this trip to the championship Saturday with an undefeated record. The 5'10" senior point guard averages 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals per game for the Lions. She also shot 55% from the floor, 44% from the three-point line, and 80% on free throws for the season. Bauman was named state tournament MVP as a sophomore when she led Eisenhower to the Division II state championship. She will attend the University of Wisconsin and play basketball for Coach Bobby Kelsey next season. Congratulations, Nicole, the 2012 Miss Basketball.
Our congratulations to Nicole Bauman. We send it now courtside, where we have Scott Emmerich standing by with head coach Troy Krause for the New London Bulldogs, as well as Tara KNAPSTEIN and Bridget Pethke.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Back to back, Troy. How is this one different?
I really can't answer that right now. It was a long season. In fact, the expectations were real high this year. Last year we kind of floated, went underneath the radar a little bit, but this year expectations were high from the start. And I thought the girls did a wonderful job of just keeping it simple, and look where we are.
Back to back in that fourth quarter there. What were you thinking? What do you think worked well for you at the end?
You know, we just talked about keeping our composure and trying to find a good shot. We had 10 left, tie game. We looked for a good shot, and luckily we got one.
All right, let me turn to Tara KNAPSTEIN here. 12 points today. A great tournament for you. What does this mean to you guys to go back to back?
It's awesome, and I had total confidence in our team, and it's even greater because not a lot of people thought we could beat New Berlin Eisenhower, and it's funny because we were in the same position last year, so it's just great to prove people wrong.
You had the target on your back all season coming off last year's championship. Did that make it easier, or did it take the pressure off a little bit?
I would say it made it a little harder, but we always knew that we had the target, but we kind of blocked out the noise and just focused on our own team and our own practices.
Bridget, I think you led the state tournament in floor burns. 9 steals today. Tell me about the defensive pressure out there, because it was relentless.
It was one of the main keys of the game, and our coach told us every girl had to be on it. And I've said all season I love playing defense. I love getting the girls' head, and my key was to shut Nicole down. I think I did my job pretty well. She got me past me a couple times, but I just let it go, and I stopped her. I helped my team not let her get the ball to the other girls, so it was really exciting, and that was our main key as a team, just the defensive end, and it's amazing.
Back-to-back titles, what does it mean for the legacy of this group?
Well, we are the best team to be at New London High School in history, so 28-0 is pretty amazing, and back-to-back is just crazy, and our fans were a great part of that too, so it's just amazing.
One more question for you, Troy. This group leaves, a senior group with back-to-back titles. Tell me about the legacy of this group.
They're such hard workers. You know, basketball is so important to them. I remember last year after the first state win, 3 weeks later, they're out playing basketball already. The importance of basketball and how hard they worked in the offseason, they deserve all they're getting.
Coach, girls, congratulations. Another gold ball headed back to New London. Right now, I'll send it back over to Brian.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. And Coach, would you agree with Bridget Pethke? Her defensive performance was just outstanding this evening.
I mean, if you're a young basketball player, you should be watching her intensity on defense and her nose for the ball and how she really positions her body and keeps after it. It was a thing of beauty.
Let's take a look at the highlights, and we had a good one cooking here in the second half. We're going to start things off with New Berlin Eisenhower. Bauman hit that 3. It was the first time she hit a 3 out of 4 attempts in the game.
Yeah, she became much more aggressive offensively, looking for her shot, and she was guarded closely, and she still was able to hit shots.
Whelan had a nice ball game as well until she fouled out, so she wasn't there in the last few minutes or so. Bauman scores. You see KNAPSTEIN taking things away. Goes across to Petke. Petke receives the pass and she scores. A couple of stars that Scott just spoke with a few moments ago. KNAPSTEIN again, she had 6 of her 12 points came in the fourth quarter. Bauman missed basketball for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, she ends her career, her high school career here in the Kohl Center, but you know what? She's got another 4 years here playing on this home court.
It really was a back and forth game, and then a big possession here when STEFFANUS misses that free throw. She tracks it down, and then New London plays a little bit of keep away, and they were able to finish things off.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that for New Berlin they didn't get an opportunity to come down. They didn't black out on the free throw, but you know what? If you're a New London fan, you're very happy, and yes, you have back-to-back.
And then the numbers that stand out here, and the shooting was really good in the fourth quarter. The steal standing out as a difference maker for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 14-8. I mean, you can't make that up. Valuing the ball, but New London had a good game plan, and they executed just a little bit better than New Berlin did.
Let's take a look at the leading scorers from this contest in the Division II title game. Tara KNAPSTEIN had a dozen. STEFFANUS with her 9 points, and then 2 other players with a half dozen. Nicole Ballman with 14 to lead the way for the Lions. Jenny Whelan and Katie Lang each had 8. And Bridget Petke was talking about the difference between being the hunter and the hunted, and they've seen it from both sides of the spectrum now.
Well, and it's a different mentality. I mean, I think the coaches prepared them very well, you know. I did some research in terms of the seniors this year. They talked about how they watched the seniors last year leave on a winning note, and they wanted the same thing. And obviously the offseason was important to them, and for the 6 seniors, they get to go out winners. And for New Berlin, you know, I mean, they did their community proud.
There's quite the legacy for both of these schools. New Berlin Eisenhower won that state title a couple years ago. It's New London standing on top of the D2 World, winning it last year and this year as well. So make some more room in the trophy cases for both of these schools. For Laura Stavnis, I'm Brian Groff. Thanks for joining us for the D2. The Division I state title game coming up in just a bit. In the meantime, we send it upstairs to Bob Radovich.
Thank you, Brian and Laura. Very nice job on the call and an excellent game in our Division II